The Draper-Richards Kaplan model is intimately based on our taking a board seat in every grant that we make. And so what I think has allowed to happen in that context is, in part, you actually are able, I think in a very different way than just being a funder, to interact with the executive director of an organization. And you can build a role that's trust-based, but it's also governance-based. And we're in a position to really help an organization to ask, what do we want our governance group to become? And then to actually be on the nominating committee to identify potential board members and bring them to the organization. I also think we can really help staff to grow. Encouraging organizations to bring senior staff to meetings, allowing them to hear the conversation that happens on a governance level is very helpful for senior staff. One, I think, is stronger and greater amounts of governance. I think that if you think about the role that good governors can play in an organization, questioning, encouraging people to be planful, being very thoughtful about who comes to a senior leadership team, thinking about ways to build sustainable financing structures, board members are in a unique position to bring up those conversations, to sustain those conversations, and to be institutional memory around those conversations. I think, and this is especially true for early stage organizations, I think as you move into growth models, there's other kinds of capitalization, but for early stage organizations, multi-year general operating financing, there's almost no substitute for that. And it's both because you want a leader to feel like they go into a calendar year not starting from scratch financially. You want to be able to point to funders who've made those significant contributions because it's a signaling mechanism for others. And it allows you to build deeper staff capacity because you know you can pay them. It's an obvious observation, but it's true. So that's the second one I'd say. And the third I'd say, because I feel like not everybody has the bandwidth, the other kinds of resources to be a board member, for example, I think strong volunteers who come with a specific set of skills they want to bring and a commitment to use those skills well is very powerful. We think about social venture partners as a partner to members of our portfolio because we've been lucky enough to have SVP chapters support organizations before. So the organization in Silicon Valley supports Living Goods, which is an organization in our portfolio. The Seattle organization supports Equal Opportunity Schools. And it's been exciting to be part of those opportunities, to watch how SVP comes in and looks at a set of arcs of opportunity, sees where the greatest need is, how that prioritizes with strategy, and then identifies volunteers, committed volunteers, engaged volunteers within their network who want to be involved. And some of the areas where I've seen great strength include being very planful around sustainability models, being thoughtful around marketing models, and that might be to stakeholders, it could be to potential volunteers, it could be to potential funders, really like kind of robust ideas. I've seen SVP partners be great coaches for people. So I feel like in our role as a board member, we coach, but it can't be intimate. There's certain reasons why we can't necessarily have access to certain information or even give certain opinions. And having a great coach, especially someone who's done that in their work, can be very powerful. Another great volunteer opportunity is around HR systems, legal and risk mitigation. So there's a lot of places I've seen great help, both volunteers in general providing, but the SVP network is full of such gifted, capable professionals who've built years of experience in their own skills, and when they bring them, it's really, really helpful.